The loudest man in the room is rarely the strongest. He speaks fast. He laughs first. He fills every silence. Not because he owns the room, because he fears it. The room doesn't respect noise. The room respects control. That is why calm people are never ignored. They don't fight for attention. They walk in like they already have it. A calm person enters a room. Nothing dramatic happens. No announcement. No performance. But people notice, not because of what they do, because of what they refuse to do. They don't rush. They don't explain. They don't seek approval. They don't act like they are being judged. They act like they are judging. And that changes the entire atmosphere. Because humans can sense one thing instantly: who is hungry and who is not. Most people are addicted to reaction. They react to disrespect. They react to tension. They react to being ignored. They cannot sit in discomfort. They cannot survive silence. They panic when they are not seen. So they talk. They joke. They show off. They try to force relevance. And without realizing it, they expose their weakness. A calm person does the opposite. They sit still. And stillness is rare. Stillness is expensive. Stillness tells the room, "I don't need you." And that sentence, even unspoken, is power. Every room has a hierarchy, even if nobody admits it. Someone is chasing. Someone is leading. Someone is pretending. And someone is observing. Calm people are always the observers. They don't chase the social game. They study it. They let others reveal themselves. Because the truth is simple. The fastest way to read a human is to let them talk. And calm people create silence. Silence forces people to speak. And when people speak too much, they confess. Watch what happens when a calm person sits with a group. The insecure one becomes louder. The funny one becomes desperate. The dominant one starts testing. Small insults, small jokes, small disrespect disguised as humor. They are not trying to entertain. They are trying to see if the calm person breaks. Because if the calm person reacts, they feel powerful. If the calm person stays calm, they feel small. And they hate feeling small, so they keep pushing. But calm people don't defend. They don't explain. They don't rush to prove. They simply look. A quiet look. A slow pause. And suddenly the attacker feels stupid. Because aggression looks ugly next to calmness. Here is the truth nobody says out loud. Most people do not hate confident people. They hate people who don't need them. Because need is the currency of control. If you need approval, you can be manipulated. If you need attention, you can be bought. If you need love, you can be trapped. Calm people don't need much. And that makes them dangerous. Because you cannot punish someone who is not attached. Calm people are never ignored. Because they are hard to read. They do not show emotions easily. They do not overshare. They do not announce their intentions. Most humans are transparent. They show jealousy. They show fear. They show insecurity. And because they are readable, they are controllable. But calm people are not predictable. And unpredictability creates fear. Not loud fear, quiet fear. The fear that makes people behave better. Think about it. When someone is loud, you understand them. They want attention. When someone is emotional, you understand them. They want comfort. When someone is angry, you understand them. They want control. But when someone is calm, you don't know what they want. And the human brain hates uncertainty. So it starts creating stories. He must be smart. He must be powerful. He must be planning something. And now the calm person has already won. Not through action, through perception. Because perception becomes reality inside every social room. A calm person speaks less. But when they speak, people listen. Not because the words are magical. Because the timing is. They wait. They let the room waste its energy. They let everyone else compete. Then they speak one clean sentence. No extra emotion. No extra explanation. And suddenly the room feels heavy. Because the calm person does not talk to fill space. They talk to place weight. That is authority. The loud man fights to be heard. The calm man never fights. He assumes he will be heard. And assumption is powerful. Because humans follow certainty. They don't follow the most intelligent person. They follow the person who seems sure. The calm person is sure. Not loud sure, silent sure. And that silent certainty makes people uncomfortable. Because it reminds them of their own instability. Most people are scared of silence. Silence feels like rejection. Silence feels like failure. Silence feels like being invisible. So they rush to destroy silence. They start talking. They start laughing. They start performing. They cannot handle the idea of being forgotten. But calm people can. They can sit in silence without needing to escape it. That ability alone makes them look superior. Because the room understands one thing. If someone is comfortable being alone, they are not desperate. And if they are not desperate, they have power. Calm people are never ignored because they don't react to disrespect. And this is where most people fail. Someone throws an insult. The average person reacts instantly. They argue. They defend. They raise their voice. And the moment they defend, they lose. Because defense is submission. Defense means, you affected me. Calm people don't give that reward. They let the insult hang in the air. They let the silence do the punishment. And the attacker starts feeling exposed. Because now the room is not looking at the calm person. The room is looking at the clown who spoke. The calm person didn't win with words. They won with restraint. Restraint is the real form of dominance. Anyone can explode. That's easy. Exploding requires no intelligence. It requires no discipline. It is pure weakness. But staying calm while you could destroy someone, that is control. And control is what humans respect most. Because control suggests something hidden. Strength, experience, confidence. It suggests you are capable of violence. But you are choosing peace. That is why calm people scare others. Because calmness does not mean harmless. It means measured. And measured people are the most dangerous. Here is the strange part. Calm people don't even try to intimidate. They don't need to. Their calmness intimidates for them. Because it creates a psychological imbalance. It forces the other person to wonder, why isn't he reacting? And when you cannot read someone's emotions, you lose your ability to control them. So the other person starts overcompensating. They talk more. They flex more. They test more. And every move they make reveals their insecurity. Calm people win social wars without fighting because they understand one principle. The first person to lose emotional control loses the frame. And the person who controls the frame controls the room. A calm person never gives away the frame. They don't argue emotionally. They don't defend their pride. They don't beg to be understood. They let misunderstanding happen because they know the truth. A lion does not explain itself to sheep. Calm people are never ignored because they create distance, not physical distance, psychological distance. They are present, but not accessible. You can talk to them, but you can't own them. You can't predict their reaction. You can't trap them with guilt. You can't pull them into drama. And humans chase what they cannot access. That is why calm people become the center of attention without even trying. Look at relationships. The needy person is always forgotten because need is exhausting. Need drains value. Need makes you cheap. But calm people don't beg for closeness. They don't chase replies. They don't demand reassurance. They don't ask for loyalty. They simply watch behavior. And if the behavior is wrong, they leave. Quietly. No speech. A warning. No emotional goodbye. And that is the strongest message anyone can send. Because it says, I can replace you. And humans fear being replaceable. Calm people are never ignored because they are hard to punish. Ignore them. They don't chase. Mock them. They don't react. Exclude them. They don't beg. That destroys the usual social tools people use for control. Because most humans rely on pressure. They rely on guilt. They rely on emotional manipulation. But calm people are immune. They don't run on emotion. They run on logic. And logic is cold. Logic is difficult to manipulate. Here is the real reason people stare at calm people. Calm people make others feel watched, even when they are not doing anything. Their silence feels like evaluation. Their eyes feel like judgment. And that makes people self-conscious. People start correcting themselves. They start acting nicer. They start behaving carefully. They start acting nicer. They start behaving carefully. Not because the calm person demanded respect, because the calm person's presence forced it. The room adjusts itself, just like it adjusts around real power. Now look at the business world. In meetings, the loud one speaks first. They fight for the spotlight. They want credit. They want validation. But the calm one waits. They listen. They let everyone reveal their plans. Then they speak once, a short sentence, a sentence that cuts through the noise, and suddenly the room goes quiet, because the calm one sounds like they already know the outcome. And humans trust the person who looks like they see the future. That is why calm people rise faster. Not because they work harder, because they waste less energy. Most people misunderstand dominance. They think dominance is aggression. But aggression is emotional, and emotional people are easy to control. True dominance is detachment. It is the ability to walk away without pain. It is the ability to stay calm when attacked. It is the ability to stay silent when others beg for attention. Detachment is not kindness. Detachment is freedom. And freedom is the highest status symbol. But calmness has a dark side. Because calm people are often calm for one reason. They have already accepted human nature. They no longer expect loyalty. They no longer expect fairness. They no longer expect love to be pure. They have seen too much. So they stop reacting. They stop hoping. They stop being surprised. And that is why their calmness feels heavy. It is not peace. It is realism. And realism makes people uncomfortable. Because most people survive on illusion. They survive on dreams. They survive on believing everyone is good. Calm people don't believe that. They observe and they adapt. That is why calm people are never ignored, because they don't look like they belong to the crowd. They look like they belong above it, not because they are better, but because they are not controlled by the same weaknesses. They don't chase approval. They don't chase attention. They don't chase love. They chase control, and control is rare. So the room notices them. The room watches them. The room respects them. Even if the room pretends not to. And here is the ending nobody wants. Calm people are not always admired. Sometimes they are feared, because people understand one thing. A calm person is not easy to manipulate, not easy to break, not easy to guilt, not easy to control. And humans do not respect what they can control. They only respect what they can't. So they keep watching, they keep guessing, they keep trying to figure out what you are thinking. Because the most terrifying thing in any room is not the loud man, it is the quiet man, who does not need anyone and never explains why.